Hey guys, how's it going? It's Danconia, and welcome back to the Overwatch League Roundup. Win conditions, Washington Justice Edition. So we're at these two, aren't we? Yes. Win conditions for the Washington Justice. Yes. What do I say here? Washington Justice are in 19th place in the Overwatch League. They have a 2-19 record, and they are 7 wins behind the play-ins. Do you know where I'm going with this? They will have to win every single game of Stage 4 to have a chance of getting to those play-ins. They will also need everyone above them to lose all of their games. As I believe that some of these teams are playing each other that are above the Washington Justice, somehow someone is going to win. It is, if it's not impossible, it's nearly impossible for the Washington Justice to get to the play-ins and therefore the playoffs. Yes. Nonetheless, we will look at their Stage 4. I don't even know what to do in this video, to be quite honest with you. Okay, Washington Justice Stage 4. Week 1 will start with Toronto Defiant. Toronto have to win. You know, they have to win. But I suppose it's a winnable game for the Washington Justice. You haven't got much to lose, let's be honest. A 2-2 deep with meta with DPS is actually favourable to Washington Justice. Corey's looked decent on the Widowmaker. So it could be one of Washington Justice's best stages. It's just a bit late. Yeah, it's like that really, isn't it? They could win against Toronto Defiant and basically dump Toronto Defiant out of the play-ins, but I don't see it. I don't see it, to be quite honest. Week 2, they play the Florida Mayhem. Well, this is going to decide who doesn't finish bottom of the league, isn't it? Whoever wins this is not going to finish bottom. Yeah, I think Washington will win it. Difficult one to call, but I think Washington will win this one. Florida are just like... Okay, I'll leave that for the next video. I'm not going to get into Florida. Then the Washington Justice will play the Vancouver Titans. Oh dear. Moving on. That just, that dumps on any idea of Washington winning all their games this stage, doesn't it? Let's be honest. Vancouver in any meta, I would expect to beat the Washington Justice in their current state. Boston Uprising on week 3, along with the Houston Outlaws. They're not going to beat these teams, dude. They're not going to beat these teams. I don't see them beating any of these teams. They're too either mechanically skilled or too organised. And this week 3 is a perfect example of it. Boston are incredibly organised. Just at decent times, they are a really well coordinated team just because of Fusion's shot calling. It's really, really good. He's, in my opinion, one of the best shot callers in the world. And just all in all, Boston, they may lack a slight bit of mechanical skill compared to other teams in the league. But if they had that mechanical skill, I think they would be one of the best teams in the league because their coordination is actually really good for most of the time. Houston Outlaws flip that coin. I don't think the Houston Outlaws are that brilliant in terms of coordination at times, but their mechanical skill. You look at Linksa, he's fantastic. You look at Dante, he's fantastic. Muma, really good tank. So, Houston, along with Raucus and that as well, they're good mechanically, but they haven't always got the coordination. Washington haven't got either. Yeah, and that's why they're nigh on joint bottom of the league. Just like Shanghai and Florida last year, they're just a level below everyone else, and I don't see them. A good stage for Washington. We look at week 4, they've got Atlanta and Paris. Again, those teams both have to win. And then they don't play in the Kit Kat rivalry weekend. A good stage for Washington is a 2-5 stage. with wins over perhaps Toronto and definitely Florida. I mean, the game against Florida is the only game I will ever back Washington to win. Concrete, like, seriously back them to win. It's harsh. It's really, really harsh. And, I'm sat here with one side of my head in my hand because I don't know what to say. And the annoying thing is, Washington have actually given us, earlier in the season, some glimpses of actual potential. They never really got there, did it? They've got players as well. It's not like they haven't got players. It's just the coordination's not there. Nothing is there for the Washington Justice. I can't beat around the bush with them. It's just... It's not brilliant, is it? They have made 2 signings from Team Envy, and that is Elivote and Lolshish, 2 very well-known European Swedish tanks. That is, in my opinion, some of the best business they've done all year, simply because Elivote and Lolshish have played together for donkeys. They know each other inside out. They've got a really, really good understanding. Elivote will step into the flex tank role. Lolshish will play that main tank. They've been really, really good throughout their careers, and I would expect them to do really well with the Titans. The Washington Justice, sorry, both having their origins with like Angry Titans, who did really well in European contenders, and obviously Envy, who have done pretty well in American contenders as well. But the problem is it's too little too late. I think they could be a formidable tank duo next season, but this season it's just too late, and they might pick up some wins against the likes of the Toronto Defiant just because they've got this new really good synergy tank duo on their team alongside Mangachu and Logix. I don't know why I'm saying that because they're the Toronto Defiant, but I think it's a better move than Mangachu and Logix because you really need a good tank line behind your team, right? Or in front of your team, I should say. And this is what Washington will have from now on. Giannis has really not been that brilliant. He wasn't brilliant for the NYXL last season. Most of where NYXL faltered was because they played Giannis anyway. So, yeah, that's the only bright part I can put in for the Washington Justice. And, be thankful, because I think that's one more bright part than Florida Mayhem are going to get in the next video. So, yeah, it looks like they are all but out of this season. You got to take it like the Florida Mayhem did last season and didn't succeed, but like the Shanghai Dragons. Hopefully you take it like the Shanghai Dragons. And rebuild, come back, and, next season is a completely different season, and you can be a completely different team. Look at Shanghai Dragons. 0-40 last season. This season they're competing for the top 6. So anything can change between seasons. But those were your win conditions. I can't really call this win conditions, can I? That was your, I don't know, Stage 4 roundup for Washington Justice. Just go out there and put on a show. That's all I can say. Next up will be the last one. It will be Florida Mayhem. Yep, I'm looking forward to that one. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I will see you in the next video. See you then.